How we doing, everybody? Matthew 8, verse 9. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, go, and he goeth, and to another, come, and he cometh, and to my servant, do this, and he doeth. When Jesus heard it, he marveled and said to them that followed, verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith. No, not in Israel. And what the man is saying is, you could heal, it was yesterday's Bible study. Hopefully you're watching these in order. They're on my playlist on the channel. So you just go, and instead of clicking videos, you click playlist, go to Matthew, start at the beginning. All right, well, okay. And it's also the beginning of Daniel. So you're getting the beginning of Matthew and Daniel at the exact same time. That's never happened before. So it's pretty cool. So the man was saying you could heal. I forget who it was, his servant or something like that. You could heal him just from where you're at. You don't need to come to my abode. I'm not worthy to have you at my house. I say unto you that many shall come from the east and west and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. That's pretty cool. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. This is talking about many of the bloodline are goats. But the remnant, of course, get the call after the last non-bloodline gets the call. Then the remnant of the bloodline is awakened at the abomination of desolation. And Jesus said unto the centurion, go thy way, and thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. And his servant was his servant was healed in the self-same hour. Self-same. That's the King's English for you. And when Jesus was come into Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother laid and sick of fever, and he touched her hand, and the fever left her. And of course, again, these are all parallels to how Jesus calls his lost sheep. Again, through the Holy Spirit, like through the centurion. It's not that Jesus has to physically be there. His Holy Spirit will do the job. And Jesus said unto the centurion, and of course, yes, the Holy Spirit does not come to the church until he's ascended, but these miracles he's already doing. Of course, he's God in the flesh, so he is able to do things, of course, through the spirit world. When Jesus came into Peter's house, saw his wife and touched her hand, and the fever left her, and she arose and ministered unto them. So again, he cures your illness of sin. He takes you out, like somebody that's dead, they will become alive, as I believe he heals Lazarus. There's two different Lazarus stories in the Bible. One's a parable and one's a real story. The rich man and Lazarus is a parable. It's not how it is in the afterlife. It's a parable. When the 7 was come, they brought unto him many that were possessed with devils, and he cast out the spirits with his word and healed all that were sick. So notice, again, this is all about the salvational process. All the healing was. Possessed with devils. And just like Jesus said, just like Paul said in Corinth, take this man and cast him out unto Satan for the destruction of the body, so that the soul might be saved. And that's what you're dealing with when you're a lost sheep, is you're dealing with devils. And then when the Lord calls you, it's not that you're possessed with them, but when I was the astrologer, or when Saul was killing Christians and there at Stephen's stoning before his name became Paul and wrote all the epistles, he was dealing with the demonic realm was ruling his thought processes. And he cast out the spirits with his word and healed all that were sick. It might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, himself took our infirmities and bare our sickness. Very much so. And if you look at that in the New Living, this fulfilled the word of the Lord through the prophet Isaiah, who said, he took our sickness and removed our diseases. Our sickness was sin. Our diseases was sin. I'm talking about all of us. Doesn't mean you're going to have your cancer cured when you pray for it to be cured. No. You might die of a sickness. You might die of an illness, of course, a disease. All right, let's move on to Daniel 5:13 through 18. Then was Daniel brought in before the king, and the king spake and said unto Daniel, art thou Daniel, which art of the children of the captivity of Judah, whom the king my father brought out of Jewry? I have even heard of thee, that the spirit of the gods, plural, is in thee, and that light and understanding and excellent wisdom is found in thee. And now the wise men and the astrologers have been brought in before me, that they should read this writing and make known unto me the interpretation thereof, but they could not show the interpretation of the thing. And I have heard of thee that thou can make interpretations and dissolve doubts. Now, if thou can read the writing and make known unto me the interpretation thereof, you're going to be clothed with scarlet and have a chain of gold around your neck. And you're going to be third ruler in my kingdom. Then Daniel answered and said before the king, let thy gifts be to thyself, and give thy rewards to another. Yet I will read the writing unto the king and make known to him the interpretation. O thou king, the Most High God gave Nebuchadnezzar, your father, a kingdom and majesty and glory and honor, We'll continue tomorrow. Remember, I read one page at a time out of my dad's King James Bible of each. Love you very much. If you have any questions, please just ask.